Hey guys, good afternoon. I would say good morning, but it's almost noon. Actually, it's almost noon. I just, after I've come back from my mastermind, I've been like meeting. Um, and the time change, the time change kind of messed me up. So I don't have that much free time in the morning. But in any event, I wanted to get a daily nugget out, and I want to talk today about how I structured like a fantastic purchase of a multi-million dollar home for one of my students, um, and some of the stuff that you can do. So first off, right now it is a buyer's market, especially in the high end. So when you're making offers, like for instance, this house was listed for $3.5 million. Um, I think, we made an offer of like 2.8 million. Um, so anyway, if you really think about it, that's like 20%. Is that 20%? Yeah, it's 20% off. Like that's the kind of offers that you can make right now. So anyway, we made an offer. So number one, you're in control if you're buying these high-end houses. Number two, when you're buying the high-end houses, it's a little bit different. You can't get an FHA loan for a $3.5 million house, but you can get loans where you only put 10% down. So 10% is not a lot. So my client could get 10% down on this particular house. And the way we structured it was like we started 2.8, but I think we ended up at two like 3.1, but in the following manner. 3.1, but the seller holds a $300,000 second mortgage, meaning the seller takes $300,000 later. So let's just understand the math here. So you're buying it for 3.1. The mortgage company wants 10% down, which 310,000, right? So you gotta go with 310,000, but the seller's going to give you 300,000. So you can buy in that scenario a 3.1 million dollar house with $10,000 plus closing costs. But how ridiculous is that? And you can do that anywhere. You could ask for a 20% seller, and people will finance a portion of the sales price now, especially now because the buyer's market and these high-end houses are not selling. So even if you give them a little better price, um, you know, who can buy a house with that much money down? Now, we put basically, I don't want to put this. We put some steroids on this, made it like even stronger. So we once he agreed to that, we wrote it up for I think you can have a five. You first off, there's a thing. Let me explain it. It's called a seller's assist, and the seller's assist, when you're not in the high end market, can be anywhere between 3 to 6%, and it depends on your lender. And what that is if you're buying $100,000 house and you get a 6% seller assist, basically you're only paying 94,000 for the house. But what's great about that is you can take that $6,000 discount and use it directly against your closing costs, so it's less money you come out of pocket. So you can do similar stuff in the high end market, but you can only have a seller's assist up to the amount of your closing costs. But the closing costs on a $3 million house, especially in the state that this was in, are like $70,000. Lenders fees, transfer taxes, everything's more money when it's bigger money. So once we got the guy to agree to 3.1 million with $300,000 for a second mortgage, said, well, listen, we're gonna write this up for 3.2 million with $100,000 seller assist and a $300,000 second mortgage. I know this sounds complicated. This daily nugget is not for you guys to have a like exact grasp on the concept. It's to make the concept available to you, to put it in your mind, to tease you with it so that you think about it and explore it more. Because I'm telling you, this is how you structure a fantastic deal. So anyway, now the guy agreed because it doesn't cost him any money. You just add 100,000 and get $100,000 seller assist. Now, what does that do? Buying it for 3.2 million now instead of 3.1. You need 10% down. It's $320,000. But you get a seller assist. Well, let's start. You need 310,000 down. If you add closing cost in this scenario with 70,000, that's $380,000. So to buy this house, normally you need $380,000, which, by the way, is not a lot of money to buy a $3 million house if you want a $20,000 payment per month. But it's still not a lot of money down. So now you need 380,000. So what you do, the seller's giving you 300. So now you need 80, and you have a seller assist of 100,000, which would get minimized to the 80. So basically, it's a totally no money down deal on how you can buy a $3 million property. Ridiculous. And that's certain strategies that I use to structure a fantastic multi-million dollar purchase. So if you're interested or have questions about that, you can shoot me an email and I'll try to help you out. I won't try, I will help you out. And if it just gives you something, food for thought for later in your life, um, or maybe even better, it sparks like, holy moly, I can buy a $3 million house. That would be the best outcome of this daily nugget. So hope you guys enjoy that. Have the best day of your life. Thanks, guys.